Well, hey there, and welcome to another episode of the After Hours Chats podcast. I am Tiffany, and I am here with, introduce yourself, just because you're just friggin' legend here in Pittsburgh.
My name's Zak. That's a lot to live up to. But yeah, I'm Zak. I do this Death Comes Lifting thing.
Yes.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yes. Oh no, awesome. But
thanks for having me. Also, should say.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've met a couple of times at the Horror Realm conventions and everything.
The Horror Realm, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I
know. I'm so bummed that I couldn't make it out to their last convention because I had a gig out of town and everything. But
good for you. You're working. You're rocking and rolling.
Mm-hmm,
it was a good time. This last Horror Realm was awesome.
Yeah. Didn't you guys do like a yoga?
We did a yoga thing.
Yeah.
It was super cool. I was my horror yoga teacher alter ego is Chop Top from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So I dressed as Chop Top.
Wonderful.
And that was really silly.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and we Bill Mosley approved of it, so I thought we did all right.
Yeah. Cool. And is that the cat making the noise and everything?
Oh yeah.
Salem, the resident cat here. It's okay. Salem can make as much noise.
The crypt cat.
The crypt cat. There you go. But we I'm happy to have you here.
Thanks,
and
man.
Definitely I want to talk to you about death comes lifting, just because it's such a unique concept, especially in the fitness world. Because I know we're both into fitness, and we both have a background. We both have a background in like training and all that stuff. Cool. And I just absolutely love this whole concept because it's such a unique. It's like I said, it's so unique. I don't really see, at least no one else in Pittsburgh doing it, or, but it's just such a cool idea. And I would just love some more background on, how, how this whole thing came to be, how you got the idea from it and, all of that.
Sure. Well, I'm a weirdo before I'm anything else. Yeah. I'm like dark artist, musician, that's all in my DNA before any fitness thing ever is.
Yes.
So, and I just kind of found myself in the fitness industry through one thing or another. I'm a trainer. Then I became a yoga teacher, and working in the fitness industry, I just saw that there was no place for people like me, to really be represented or feel confident and okay. Yeah. And I just wanted to make some cool t-shirts and make just because there's a lack of fitness clothing that I liked, because, and I still don't I wore a band t-shirt and cut off the sleeves and whatever, and there was just nothing I wanted to wear in the Nike world or anything like that. And there's just nothing cool alternative fitness clothing that I thought was cool anyway. So I just wanted to start it with just that. So I thought that I could put my art to use and make myself happy in that way. Yeah. And I could also be in the fitness industry and do my fitness thing and make myself happy in another way. It can make my interests come together. Yeah. And it became what it is now. And I'm the last person that ever expected it to become what it is now. I just wanted to make some cool t-shirts.
Oh, wow.
So, and I just rode the wave, and people latched onto it, and I'm grateful they did and supported it and thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even really thinking of trying to do anything super inventive or crazy. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. Yeah. And I still just do what I want to do. Yeah. That's the secret.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, but that really is the secret, because, even with me doing what I do and everything with music and podcasting and all that stuff, at the end of the day, you want people to and enjoy what you're doing and, and maybe, inspire them in some ways. Sure. But at the end of the day, it's you also have to do what you like as well. Right. And the thing too is, and this is what I found as well, when you're not forcing anything, and when you're not being oh my gosh, obsessing over whether people are going to like it or not, that's when people really like your stuff.
Right. Authenticity. It's authenticity more than anything.
Exactly. Oh yeah, absolutely. And, and you've had background as a trainer, yoga instructor. I'd love to know a little bit about your background in fitness and how you maybe evolved over the years, because I'm sure that plays, like you said, that plays a role in how you came to, basically start and grow Death Comes Lifting.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I like to think my journey in fitness started when I was a teenager. I was kind of an unhealthy kid, for lack of a better word, just a lot of issues, problems, body, dysmorphia, things like that, crazy shit, just like shit us all weirdos go through.
Absolutely.
And I kind of found the gym to be a place that like I felt good in, because I just I hated sports because I'm like an awkward goth kid. I can't play football. Like I still can't. No matter how many back bends or handstands I can do. If you put me on like a field, like I can't do that.
It's not happening.
I can't do that at all. No. But I liked the discipline of exercise, and I just developed like kind of a cool relationship with it, and I felt better when I started to do it. And I was like, okay, well, if I could do this for me, maybe I could do this for some other people.
Yeah.
And from a different point of view that like I had. So I started just as like a personal trainer. Like I just wanted to like learn like how to teach people weightlifting. And that's kind of what I fell in love with first, was like the gym, like fitness, weightlifting side of things. But I always took yoga like on the low, I would just do some, since I was 17, I was into like, hot yoga once in a while, and just kept it in for flexibility, mobility, and being a trainer. I just found I wasn't really fulfilled just doing that. It kind of felt like, it was okay. I still love it and stuff, but it's almost like you're just like kind of this glorified cheerleader, and or a babysitter, in a lot of ways, or both. And I can be a cheerleader and a babysitter all day long, and that's fun, and people need it. But when I found that I could teach yoga, or thought that maybe someday I could, because I never thought I could ever do that in front of people and like do this whole thing. But it just it felt more meaningful to me to like do yoga, because there's like, yoga's a philosophy. There's like deeper reason. I could be more myself. I can like, I'm not like, okay, great job, 10 more reps, and that was like, I
10 more push-ups.
I kind of felt like that was my job, and like I kind of felt like fake doing that. But like I can be like yoga from the crypt guy, and like that's more who I am. So I felt like I could be more who I am in like a yoga teacher space, versus like a personal training or like teaching aerobics class and 10 more crunches. Like that's fine. And I do that, and I have videos and I do that. And that's just a different way to do it. But that really, like, I think becoming a yoga teacher and making that part of what I do, kind of just solidified who I was in the fitness world. And that allowed me to put Death Comes Lifting more into like a fitness service kind of brand, because like I said before, it was just t-shirts and it was just artwork, and like just like it was just a vibe, like a brand like that. And once I did that, and once COVID happened, really, I started to do videos of like me like actually working out, put myself into the brand, because when I started it, I didn't want to be in it. Like, I didn't want to be like the Death Comes Lifting guy. I wanted Death Comes Lifting to be its own thing with like, it's just art and images and, like I said, Nike before, like there's no person that's Nike. I wanted Death Comes Lifting to be like Goth Nike. And I still do want Death Comes Lifting to be like Goth Nike. But then, one thing leads to another, and I'm doing this thing. So I figured, well, I could, put out some videos, do some training under, and it just became like people like that.
Became what it was.
And now I'm doing all that shit.
No, but that's really cool, because I can kind of relate to that personally, because I also have, like I said, a background in fitness as well.
That's cool.
And
I didn't know that, I don't think.
I've taught yoga, and I worked at like conventional gyms, but it was kind of like the same thing, like where you just kind of feel like, all right, I'm basically just kind of like and it's like, it was fulfilling, but it wasn't, and everything. And then I don't know if it was like just something like I was meant to be kind of taken out of that, because early 2024, I had an ankle injury and everything. So then I kind of had to take time away from that. But what that really did, though, I mean, at the time it happened, I was like, well, this really sucks. But what it really did, though, was it kind of forced me to really go within, because when you're laid up, healing from an injury, you have a lot of time to think, So it really kind of made me go within, like, am I really, feeling fulfilled from this? Am I, and the answer kind of was, it's like, I hate to say it, but no, I mean, I love the idea of helping people and everything, but, I guess it was just that kind of like environment where I was just kind of like, You know, I don't know if I like the whole like trying to force sell people like, you know,
Oh yeah,
personal training stuff.
I hated doing that.
Hated that.
Yeah,
Oh my
no, I'm
goodness.
so with you on that.
Oh man, I hated that.
And I still do hate that. And I still don't do that.
Right.
You know, I'm just here.
Yeah.
And like, you want to come rock and roll with me? Rock and roll. You know?
Exactly.
Like, I don't force that.
Right. Yeah. That I never liked that. And I understand everybody needs to make a buck and everything, but
the corporate gym structures.
Yeah. I hated that.
That's why this exists.
Yes. This is awesome.
It brings us here.
But when I had my ankle injury, it's like, it kind of made me like really just kind of confront and face that stuff and really think, okay, like, what is it that I, you know, what is it that I really find fulfilling in everything? So that put me on that path,
That's
you know,
great,
and, you know, now I'm doing like fitness, like for myself and, you know, and I might, you know, get back into actually, you know, doing it for others in one form or another. But right now I'm just kind of focusing on like my own, like, you know, fitness and wellness and everything.
That's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah.
And way to use a negative and turn it into a positive, because things like injury or setbacks in general or whatever, they're meant to teach you things.
Absolutely.
And you're meant to reflect on things. So
yes, absolutely. And, you know, and I know you know, because you're a yoga instructor, so you probably get the whole like being in alignment with yourself and
I practice. That's the thing.
Yeah. And, you know, absolutely. Yeah. And I just, and the thing was that in a way it was like my ankle that came completely out of alignment it was kind of a reflection of how I was out of alignment with myself. And I kind of like came to that conclusion. So now it's like I'm doing things that like, you know, actually I find like fulfillment in and like people like are enjoying and stuff like that. So so I totally relate to
the thing that's authentic to you, and that you'll feel success.
Absolutely. You know? Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. There's a lot of lessons like that you learn from like the gym or yoga or whatever. And that's something I say in yoga class all the time. It's like what you do on the mat or in the gym, you take that outside and apply that to life. Cause like, who really gives a fuck if you can stand on your head in the real world or not, you know, but if like the lessons you learn on the mat, you know, discipline, just showing up, consistency, learning to look at negatives as positives.
Yes.
You know, if you enjoying hard work, breathing through pain and suffering because it brings you great things. If you make it through it, you know, if you apply that to life, that's how good things happen, man.
Yeah, definitely. You know? Absolutely. So, but what would you think has been the most rewarding thing about Death Comes Lifting? You know,
that's a good question. I mean, it presents its own set of like, I never thought I'd be in this like kind of position.
Yeah.
You know, and like, it's cool in a lot of ways. I'm very like grateful because it's different. And all I ever wanted to do, I think, in life really was like make a difference. You know, I just didn't want to like take the normal route and then die.
Right.
And then everyone forget you ever existed.
Yeah.
You know, and they're going to forget I ever existed anyway. But like, it's going to be, I'm going to have like a cooler tombstone.
Although with the internet, you never know.
Right. So I just kind of wanted to like do something cool and make a difference in a way that was like authentic to me, whether that was like being an artist, being in a band, doing like whatever. And this was kind of like my vehicle to do that. So like on one sense, me personally, that's been like a fulfilling thing. Like if it all ended tomorrow and I die, like I did something sick.
Right.
And like, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But really the most rewarding thing I think overall, and the last thing I really expected or aimed for is the community that it built. Yeah. Because really like Death Comes Lifting now is just this like community like brand, like this vibe. And all like, I'm not very much like proud of anything just as a person. I don't know if that's like a safe place to exist, but I'm really proud of the people here. Yeah. And like everyone here is awesome and has like their own vibe and like special thing that they bring to like this whole thing. Yeah. And it's a very humbling experience to be someone that's at like the helm of that.
That is awesome.
And so I think that is probably the most rewarding thing. And just seeing what, like I said before, a lot of anything worth doing is painful.
Absolutely.
And difficult and hard. And I would be like really lying to you if I said it's all awesome as it looks on the internet.
Right.
Because it's fucking hard to do this kind of thing. And it's hard to make a difference. It's hard to keep it all together and pay all the bills and deal with people. And it's, you know, it's no joke, man. But at the same time, it's brought me so much cool opportunity and so much love and so much cool people and just like the ability to do things that a lot of people just don't get in life.
Yeah.
So I'm really thankful for all that shit.
Awesome.
I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it does. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so cool. And one thing that you guys do here, because, you know, we have established that it's like a goth and like kind of horror themed gym. And, and in turn, you guys incorporate, I mean, because I was like even looking out at the gym, you know, outside of this room and everything, because we're in the back room where you said you guys do like have like tattoo artists and all that stuff.
Yeah, here. It's like our back library room. It's kind of like a store, oddity shop, tattoo vibe. It's a, you know, an extra little extension.
Yeah, but even like out there, it's like it like there's the gym equipment, but it does not look like, you know, your typical gym. Like there's definitely that whole kind of, you know, goth and horror themed, and you guys have some horror paraphernalia around here. And I would, you know, and how like, so how do you, and I know like some of your like yoga classes, as well as just like different, you know, shirt themes and stuff that, you know, you guys have going on, like, you like to integrate a lot of like music and like horror movie themes into it. And you guys even have like a Taylor Swift themed yoga class on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
I have so much fun teaching
that
class.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. I love that class.
That is so cool.
It's like creates more controversy than like anything I've ever done. And I love that.
Yes.
So, yeah. And people like don't believe that it's real. Is it a joke? Are we really doing this? Is he like a sellout? I'm like, the answer is yes to all of it.
Yes, and yes, basically. To all of it. Yes. Yeah. Because didn't you guys start it out? It was like an April Fool's thing, and then you were like, actually, no, let's just do this.
Oh no, I always wanted to do it for real.
Oh, really?
But like the thing is, it's a joke, but it's like I'm doing it. It's like I commit to my jokes.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, as like scary and gothic and horror driven and focused as Death Comes Lifting is, and as I am as a person, I'm like a fucking class clown. Like I would just much rather entertain and make everyone laugh than be afraid. So I think that spirit is always been in Death Comes Lifting. If you look at our early content and whatever, and still just like our vibe today is it's just so important for me to be funny. Yeah. Or at least like make fun of myself, because if I start taking myself too seriously or this too seriously, then it's just why. It's just exactly. And especially with everything going on right now, we all need, you know, some lighthearted entertainment. You know, it's like and to bridge the gap between fitness and this alt crowd, or whoever, like people like me and you. I think if you ever, and I was always conscious of this, just presenting myself as a trainer person, like I know more than you, because I'm this, and follow me, and here's my advice. It's just so much. You get your point across in so much more of an authentic and cool way if you're entertaining and funny and relatable and real. And I just like always just wanted to do that. Yeah. And I think if you can like make fun of yourself and you're not afraid to put yourself out there and be an idiot, then maybe some people won't be afraid to like look like an idiot in a yoga class because you're up there dressed as fucking Taylor Swift or like or whatever, man. You know? And that's the role I feel right now in this world. Yeah. So is there a specific Taylor Swift era that you dressed up as for this one? My favorite's the Reputation era. Oh, yes. I like that one. I like that one. Yes. Right? So I had some dark lipstick and like there's some snakes. And you know, I was just trying to get sexy with the crowd. There you go. Hey, why not? You know, I encourage your fishnets and your blonde wigs and whatever, man. And I dressed up as Zombie Ozzy for Easter. You know, there's like all kinds of like shit that you know, all kinds of costumes in the repertoire. Nothing's safe. I'll make fun of anything and do anything, so. Oh, that's awesome. So it's not just limited to horror and gothic. I think that's just my vibe. So I just, like I said, I do what I want. And like it's just stuff I like, and I just put it into it. And it's never really like a super conscious, calculated decision. It was like, well, if this is my gym, what would I want? And it was all the walls and everything black and candelabras. And that's it. You know, like just like the Gothic studio vibe. And I didn't want anything like, you know. That's it. Yeah. Just like a cool studio. Absolutely. Yeah. So any Britney Spears or Backstreet Boys, Death Comes Lifting dance classes coming on? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. You wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Might have planted a little seed there. Yeah. I've always wanted to do dance classes. And I think I have somebody that could help a lot with that.
Ooh.
And it started as an idea of like, you're in horror, like, you know, Suspiria.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like a horror, like ballet, like kind of class. I think would be fucking awesome.
That would
and like
be awesome.
I would something I would just want to take too. So I want to do some like horror, like dance or like some sort of funny, like kind of way to incorporate
Black
dance.
Swan movie type of thing.
You get it.
Yes,
yeah, something like that. So I have lots of I have no shortage of ideas. It's a blessing and a curse.
That is awesome. No, but I know like us creative types, like it's like our brains are constantly going, and sometimes it's just like, whoa, slow down, you know, with all these ideas. Yeah.
Like I said, blessing and curse. You know, you just got to find the ones that work well. And I figure find if you just sit with them for a while, the ones that don't leave you are the good ideas.
Yes,
and then the ones that just like you forget about, that you can probably stay forgetting about this.
Yeah,
you know, that's my advice to myself anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, what has been like your favorite theme to play around with as far as like music and horror? I mean, I know that's probably a pretty loaded question. Because I'm sure they're all cool in their own right.
I mean, they all like kind of tap a different valve, you know, like I love Black Sabbath. They're my favorite band.
Yeah.
And getting to do the Sabbath Sunday yoga and have that be such a important part of my life in this business and everything is awesome. Like on so many different levels. And it took me, and it takes me around the world. I do Sabbath Sunday yoga like everywhere. And that seems to be the most kind of popular thing that I do. And it's the most authentic to me. And just something I really love. And it's not even a theme. It's just like I play Black Sabbath and I teach yoga, you know, and that's really cool. It's really like, honestly, like low effort. It's really fun. And really just, I never even have a plan. I never even like write a class.
Oh, really? Wow.
I just show up and like read the room and I let Black Sabbath teach the class, and I'm just there, you know, and that's, I think, the secret to it. You know?
Yeah. And people of any yoga level can take the class.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Or at least they can try. You know, they can practice. We all just, you know, we all just practice. And again, doing what you want to do. Yeah. Like, I'm not there just doing what I want to do. You know, what does my body need? And if my body needs it, someone else's probably does too.
Somebody else.
You know, we're all, and it doesn't matter how good we look or don't look or like whatever. It's like, we're all just trying to feel better and move.
Yeah. And it's like, and the thing is, it's like, and that's really interesting that you bring that up, because it's like, you know, and I'm sure you've heard the theory of how like we're all kind of interconnected and everything. And, you know, absolutely. And, you know, so sometimes it's like, you know, when you're working together as a collective, you know, in whether it's a yoga class or whatever, you're actually, you know, going to feel what they need. You know, what they need. And
it's really weird.
Yeah. And I kind of approached, you know, when I was, you know, even working at, you know, your corporate gyms, it's like, because they have their rules and stuff that you have to abide by. But I was just kind of like,
that's why
me neither. Yeah. I was just kind of, because I would be like, I love it. Screw you.
Give it to
you
them.
Big box gyms. But like, but that's the thing though too. Like, I would actually feel like, what this, you know, what do these people need today? And it was so interesting, because afterward they would come up to me and be like, that was exactly what I needed today. And I'm like,
isn't that the coolest like compliment to get after like a class you teach or something?
Absolutely. And that's the thing. And that's where I, you know, kind of, not to keep harping on like the, you know, big box gyms or anything like that, the corporate run gyms, but it's almost like, you know, I think it just becomes like just so, I guess, sterile, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because it's like, you know, they have this business model that, and I'm sure, you know, they say they do surveys and like what people want and everything. And I'm sure maybe that's true to an extent, but I don't know. I just think that, you know, if you keep everything the same, it's like, because no two people are exactly alike. Everybody's going to need something different. And, you know, so, which is why I do prefer like the smaller, like mom and pop gyms, because they tend to like at least get that a little bit more. But I do, like I said, like, you know, I do like the fact that you just kind of like, you know, kind of read the room and just kind of like get a feeling for what people want. And like you said, let Black Sabbath teach the class.
It's way better than I could ever do. So you know, why would I think I'm more important than Black Sabbath?
Yeah. And didn't you, take didn't you take like a trip over to like India or something like
that?
I
did. Yeah, that was part of my yoga teacher training.
Nice.
I have, so yeah, I'm like to put numbers and stuff, like a 500-hour like certified yoga teacher.
Yeah, there you go.
Honestly, I don't think it matters. I'll tell you this right now. I don't give a fuck what your numbers say, or what personal training certification you have, or whatever. You're either like, I either think you kind of have it or you don't. And I don't have like a degree in like exercise science or like anything like that.
Wow. Yeah.
I have I did a personal training like certification and all that. And I just like remember working at these like big box gyms and shit that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I not to brag or whatever, don't mean to, but like I did better as a personal trainer. More clients wanted to train with me than they did with like dudes with like their fucking certifications and the whatever, just because like it's relating to people.
Yeah.
And it's just like enjoying meeting people where they're at and enjoying what you do. And what I think you can be a totally great, amazing, perfect personal trainer and yoga teacher without any sort of fancy training or certification. If you have like respect and love for the practice, and you're good with people, and you're just like a relatable teacher and figure. Yeah. So like, that's why I say like, when I talk about like, this is what I did in my trainings, like I think it helped me be a better teacher. Yeah. I'm grateful for the experience and the opportunity. But I don't think you need it to be a good teacher.
Right. And,
I don't ever want to get misconstrued with saying that. And because really, in my whole personal training career in life, I was never asked to show my certification or a degree or like anything, not one time. And like, I'm someone that's like, I'm here for like the people. I'm not trying to like get a job here, like impress Instagram. Yeah. People don't fucking care. Right. What piece of paper you have. If you do a good job and they like you and like you like them and you have a good relationship and you get them to a place they need to be and they help, what's it matter? Exactly. And I hear that. So don't get tripped up in that stuff. Yoga teachers ask me that all the time and stuff, like, what certification should I get? Like whatever. I'm like, whatever you can afford that makes sense for you. And if you love and have respect for the practice and your body and others, like, you'll be a great yoga teacher. Yeah. And that's the thing. And you should always keep learning anyway. That's what I mean. Yeah. You should always keep learning anyway. Cause like one thing I'm studying right now is like sound healing and everything. And and like the sound frequencies and all that fun stuff. And I mean, it's fascinating. And, and it's just something that like I'm interested in, something that's helped me, something that I've been like, just wanting to study further. I might get a certification in that. Yeah. Sound healing and the like, just studying how the different frequencies work with like the body and, how it can, just heal, like different things can heal different, different stuff. And, but it's like, but that's just something that, it interests me. I might get a certification in it, but I also, it's, something that I want to study. I'm a music person. I love it too. I'm a nerd. And I'm not saying that to discourage anybody from getting a certification. I just, when I'm asked about it, I just like to remind people that I don't really think it matters all that much. And people put overemphasis on it to I don't think me saying I was in India and I learned yoga there makes me like all that much better of a yoga teacher, but it is an enriching experience. And I'm really grateful for it. And I love it. And I just like, I love the culture. I love the practice, and just grateful to share what I learned with everyone else. Absolutely. And I've had great teachers too. Great teachers make you a great teacher, and I'm really grateful for all the good teachers I've had in my life. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I do think that paths cross for a reason. And it's almost like it's like certain people are meant to cross paths with you at certain points in your life and everything. And, and like I said, and, mentioned before, it's kind of like with us all being kind of interconnected and, showing up like when, hey, that person might need you. You may not know why exactly you might need that certain person like in your life, but,
maybe 10 years, you know, or what we perceive to be 10 years, you know, it's like,
now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Now we're getting all metaphysical
I'm
here.
with you,
yeah.
dog. I'm with you though, you know.
Yes.
And when you're tuned in and see things in that way, in like the greater sense, I think it, you know, we're all coming to yoga practice or the gym or health and wellness to feel better.
Yeah.
Less stressed, less anxious, less depressed. And when you have a more of a view through that kind of lens and see like the broader picture and understands why you're going through certain things or why people are in your life or what you're doing. And you know, I think it just makes you happier.
Yeah.
You know, you see the real thing.
Absolutely. Because I know like that happened with my ankle injury. Now, was there like maybe a turning point like that in your life where you were kind of forced to maybe step back and like take a look at, you know, what you were doing and, okay, is this really what I want to be doing or should I pivot a little, you know?
Yeah, I think I have that every day, honestly. You know, I think it's just a little bit of an internal crisis every single day. And I pull it back and I think, okay, how am I aligning myself today? Am I doing what I want, what I need? And with respects to the people around me now that with this thing, am I serving them well? And am I serving myself well? Because if you're not taking care of you, the product you're going to give or the vibe or just straight up energy presence you're going to give isn't as good as it could be.
Right.
You know, so it's just learning some self-care in that kind of way. And just like, I've been through lots of shit in my life, you know, lots of pain and suffering. Yeah. But for good reason. You know, and it's always using it for good reason. And I've always, especially having a yoga practice kind of helps you have the lens to view it as this is happening for me, not to me.
Yes. Yes. You know? Yes. That, you know, like, especially like when I had my ankle injury, like that was like the perspective that, you know, cause even when I was like in the like when it first happened and I was in the emergency room and all that stuff. And I was just kind of like laying there, like, you know what, this, you know, and it was almost like just something like came over me to where I just was like, you know what, this is happening for me. I don't know what it's for, right? I may not know what it is, but I was like, this is happening for me and I'm going to ride this out.
Yeah, it's having that belief and that the faith in like the universe or whatever you want to believe in or whoever you want to believe in. That's why. Yeah,
exactly. And you know what? And it did. It ended up working out very well in many ways. And a lot of new ideas like for music and as well as this podcast and all that stuff came, you know, from my time, you know, being off and, you know, just time away from stuff that I think at the end of the day was really kind of distracting me from like what I was like, actually, I mean, if you will, meant to be doing, you know? Absolutely. So yeah.
And when you're living in line with what you're meant to be, your purpose, you know, you're happier and you can help others in a better way too. And that's really what this is all about, you know?
Yeah, like, you know, whether I'm using my voice for this, because, you know, I also did a lot of strengthening of like my throat chakra and everything. I did a lot of throat chakra work during that time. You know, so it's whether using my voice for this or for music or anything, you know, it's like, you know, I think that I was like, you know, I'm supposed to be using my voice in some way, which doesn't involve yelling at somebody to do 10 more push-ups, you know? Yeah.
I'll get there someday. I still do yell at people to do but I like to think I use it in other ways that's good too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
so
funny. Good for you, man. I love that. I love that. Have to send me some of your music stuff.
I shall. Yeah, definitely. I shall.
Cool. I wish I could sing. I just act like I can. It's just you know, if you believe it hard enough.
If you believe it hard enough.
Yeah, I can sing like in a punk band. That's my. That's basically it. I could just yell and snarl. And
okay.
I say I'm like the vocalist. I'm not a singer. You know,
that's what I'm saying, right? Yes.
Yeah. Vocalist. I can't sing, but I can be a vocalist.
There you go. Because you can vocalize anything.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely.
And that's what I do. And when I teach or whatever, I'm just, you know, yelling and being
home. you know, Woo, I love it.
Maybe you can teach me some techniques, you know, something because you know, now I taught 2 yoga classes, my throat, my voice is like I can feel it. You know? And maybe I'm not projecting from the right place,
there's a technique to it. Absolutely. See? I'll have to show it to you. Right, so we'll talk. So,
love that.
Yeah. So you have like, so obviously this is like kind of like a spooky vibe place and everything, which we love. And we have a little guest back here, the ventriloquist. Does he have, does the dummy have a name?
No. No, he doesn't. No. He's intentionally mysterious and vague. I don't even know where he came from. He just showed up one day, and I don't.
Are you serious?
He's not my responsibility to name. So I'm just waiting for him to tell us what his name is.
There you go. Yeah, hey,
he's just around. He's my buddy though. He's never caused any trouble.
Aw,
he's just kind of cool.
There you go.
Yeah,
so cute. But like, and I'm supposedly sitting in a haunted rocking chair.
Yeah.
Is there a story behind that?
Well, I will say that nothing you see here or in the gym has been acquired from the factory, if you will. There's nothing new, right? Everything here has a story to it and is secondhand in some way or picked up from somebody's house or even the gym equipment out there. It was all, it was all sourced from
you guys don't mess around like that.
No,
I love it.
I think that whether I don't necessarily know for certain if anything is quote unquote haunted, but they all have history and they all have energy and they all have a story behind them, and that was very important to me when I opened this place. Is I didn't want, because I'm so anti the sterile vibe of a gym.
Yes.
And if you have all new equipment and all this new space, I do think that makes it inherently kind of sterile. Yeah. So I wanted it to just feel like old, like it has history and a story, and I think you can feel it really when you walk in here. So I think, and so in that way, I think everything in here is haunted.
Oh yeah. Well, even like this is kind of like this hearth over here. Sure. I love it. Like if you're watching on YouTube, you can probably see it. If you're listening on the audio podcast, you might have to go over to the YouTube channel to take a look. But I love how this has like this whole like kind of 19th century, early 20th century Victorian Edwardian vibe to it. I absolutely love it.
Me too. This room is beautiful. I love hanging out in here. So I'm glad we did this in here because I don't sit in here enough and check it out.
Yes. And do you know how old this building is?
I really don't know how old this building is. I know it's old for sure. I used to, I think, but Allentown has these like crazy gems like this, or where we're at in Pittsburgh, for those listening that don't know.
Yeah.
It is it's a cool old, has character, you know. I'm just so glad that it like exists the way it does, and it wasn't like torn down and made like shitty apartment buildings out
I know. I hate that. That's another rant.
yeah. And this area where we're at in Pittsburgh is perfect for us, and just my vibe is I just love it. I want it to be old and kind of fucked up.
Yes. I love it. Yeah. I love it. And like, have you ever had like any like kind of weird experiences, paranormal, that could be paranormal possibly around here? Or
I think this place is haunted by me, you know. So I think others have had weird experiences they could consider paranormal as a result of my spirit in the place. I have never felt anything negative or that weird.
Yeah.
But good weird though, you know, just like kind of magic happens here sometimes. It's just like there's something more going on. So
yes. Oh yeah. Well, like I said, this place definitely has a vibe, and even though it's like, you know, the aesthetic is like darker and spookier, like it's not negative. And I think that that's one very big misconception that a lot of people have about like, you know, aesthetic that might be a little bit more Gothic. It's like, oh, it's all dark and evil and everything. But no, it has a history, and, you know, and it actually, and the whole like Gothic theme has been around for centuries. It's like, it's been in, you know, even if you look at like some of the oldest cathedrals, it's like, that stuff. Yes, like that's that's Gothic, you know. Absolutely. But it's kind of like, though, I think what it comes down to, and I've actually, you know, even in my own like inner work and all that stuff, and like shadow work, if you will, and everything, like even in my own stuff, you know, I've kind of come to the conclusion that it's just a lot of the time, it's like people being afraid to kind of confront their shadows in a way. It's like you're afraid of, you know, the dark. As kids, like a lot of the time we're afraid of the dark, you know, because we're afraid of the unseen, you know. And a lot of this does like represent kind of like the unseen, like the unknown, and what might, you know, that's one of my favorite stories of all time. And I'm doing a photo shoot theme with this, is the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh, great.
That's like one of my favorites.
It's me every day. I get it.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, but what I like about that is like, is that it does kind of show that whole, like that the Hyde character is kind of like the neglected shadow that was never truly confronted. Right. And I think that, that's why like so many people like, they get like, so like, oh my gosh, there's a vampire statue in the corner over there, because there really is. But you all just can't see it. But like, but like, but like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, is it just like people kind of being afraid to maybe confront what actually might be in them? Because I can walk into a place like this and just not like, like I don't get any bad vibes or anything,
Yeah. Well, to speak on the vibe situation, I think you can have bad negative vibes and be any sort of aesthetic. And I'm sure there are goth, metal, whatever you want to call it, that do have bad vibes, because the souls curating them might be a bad vibe.
Right.
And I've met people in this that look like us that are a bad vibe.
Yes.
And I've met people that look like, the sterile yoga white girl person that's really sweet.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to say. And I think the vibe of this place that I want to achieve is good, because me and the people around me are a good vibe. Yeah. And we're inviting. And Gothic to me is it's also important that, and I'm thankful that you said this, because I say this all the time, and people say like it's a goth gym, and I'm like, it's a Gothic gym.
Gothic.
It's a goth. I'm a Gothic person. Yes. I'm not a goth person. Goth is like mall 90s, like skinny puppy, whatever. That's great if that's
and that's awesome. Hey, we love you. Yeah,
keep doing it. But there's a difference.
Be you.
Okay,
yes.
Gothic, different. All right. Thank Edgar Allan Poe. Thank Black Hats, candelabras, old, archaic, kind of crumbling cathedral ruins.
Yeah,
that's Death Comes Lifting, and that's me. And I think that lends itself more to just kind of like a comforting, like homey, almost kind of like aesthetic and vibe, while being dark. And it's not like turn away, we're dark and we don't want anything to do with you. It's like, come hang out, because this is a place for everybody. It just happens to be like Gothic. So in a way, it is kind of like a Gothic, like a little church tavern like situation.
Yeah.
So that's important. A lot of people don't know the difference between Goth and Gothic. We're here to educate.
Yes, absolutely.
So speaking on the vibe, I think the vibe is just who you are.
Yeah.
And like the place that you're in. And there's plenty of good and bad in every single aesthetic.
Absolutely.
But speaking on like the dark people being nice. That's something like, if you ever take your normie friends to like a heavy metal concert, everyone's so nice.
Yeah.
That's absolutely. Like, that's the first thing they say. I'm so surprised that everyone's so nice.
Oh yeah. Right?
Yeah. Well, it's because there may be confronting sides of them that aren't so nice, and they're like letting it out in a therapeutic way. And we feel more comfortable and at peace with our whole selves, rather than shying away from the things that we think are dark and weird and repressing that. Then you're a fucking asshole. I think that's very common. I don't think we're saying anything revolutionary with that.
No,
that just happens. But just being a more well-rounded person, and to deny darkness from anybody is to deny darkness from humanity. And we all know that there's very dark things in the world.
Absolutely.
And very light things. So, and I don't think you can accept one fully without the other.
Yeah.
So this being such a dark brand, and myself being into more of the macabre, I think it's equally as light and fulfilling and happy and funny and silly. And I hope that I am that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because, I've also had, a couple, like, I'm friends with some people that own some local haunted attractions and everything. Sweet. And I've had the folks from Castle Blood on here as well. And it's like, and it's kind of like, oh, I love them. Yeah. And shout out to Castle Blood.
Blood.
Woo! Yeah. And, Crawford School of Terror. They're another cool one. Yeah. They're a coffee shop within a haunted attraction.
That's
too.
really
it's sick. Like the best of both worlds.
No, that's perfect. Yeah. Catch me there.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it's the same exact thing. Like, they are the nicest, most kind people that like you'll ever meet. And, they want to like do for the community. They want to do for also, like the haunt community, because that's what they're in. And, and it's just like, and it's so interesting because it's like, I'll go to, and I think I might have mentioned this in a previous podcast episode with someone else, where you know, it's like I'll go to, like, I'll hang out with people like from haunted attractions or, you know, like Death Comes Lifting. And it's like, you know, some of like the nicest, kindest souls I've ever met. But then it's like, I'll go to like a pumpkin patch or the corn maze and you would think it would be happy because it's like, oh, a big family thing. But it's like, not necessarily the workers, but the people in attendance I noticed are 9 times out of 10 so miserable. Yeah, and I'm just like, it's a happy place. It's a corn maze and a pumpkin patch. We're supposed to be. It's like it's fun. Like,
I'm with you.
What's wrong with everybody?
I'm with you. Yeah. That's my attitude on a daily basis, right there. What you just described. So you know.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why like that is. Like why like you're gonna be miserable.
If you're miserable at a pumpkin patch, just like figure yourself out. Come do yoga and listen to Black Sabbath or do something to make yourself happier. There's no reason why you shouldn't. We should be happy about that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, but you guys are doing a ton right now. So what's like in like what do you guys have like coming down the road? Like what are you guys working on? Like what's in the future for Death Comes Lifting?
There's always something. If I don't feel like we have a lot going on in the future, I feel like I'm failing. Like, and so I'm just like always making stuff go on for some reason. Right now, this is what's the date today? Like the 12th or some shit.
Yes.
Mid April. The next big event we're doing is on Mother's Day.
Ooh.
It's we've been doing it. This is the 4th year in a row. It's called Burn in Health.
Ooh.
And it's like a charity event. That we get first of all we do a yoga class and it's on a Sunday always, so we do like a Sabbath Sunday yoga class. We do it at the warehouse up the street, RE360 warehouse.
Okay.
And we make those more of like if you've ever seen our yoga classes at the warehouse, are a little more of like a production. Almost like a theater production, you know. And then we have like an all-day market with like vendors and artists.
Oh, and, interesting.
And all the profits we make, we donate to a charity. And it's just kind of like a health and wellness kind of fun day. And it just happens to fall on Mother's Day, so we kind of make mom jokes and bring all the moms into yoga. My mom's involved in yoga practice, and there may be there might be her death in some capacity and spraying the crowd with blood. I don't know. That might happen. That might happen. Yeah. So that's what we do.
Yeah. And what kind of vendors do you guys typically have there?
It's like we have like a apothecary, candles. We have like a healthy food and snack options. We have artists. We kind of just have honestly, it's just our friends. It's our friends that like sell and do awesome things and local businesses that we want to support that all are contributing to like health, wellness, peace of mind, good quality souls. So bring your mom on Mother's Day.
Yes.
And take her shopping. Bring her to do some yoga if she doesn't want to get sprayed with blood. Make sure she's up front, and she won't get sprayed with blood if you're up front.
There you go.
It goes all the way to the back.
Burn in health with mom.
Burn in health with mom. That's the taglines. Bring your mom.
Woo! Yes.
So
yeah. Cool.
That's the next big thing. But we're always doing stuff. I'm always putting out new merch and new designs and all that stuff. So it's keep an eye on the Instagram if you want to see anything coming up. We have like we pin posts and do all kinds of
well, I'm wearing one of your shirts today.
You are wearing I love that shirt. That's the Edgar Allan Poe
shirt. Yeah.
And Salem's on it.
And that's Salem.
Yeah. She has the orange eyes. She's a pumpkin cat. So that's a deep cut.
So can you maybe give us a little hint at some of the new designs without maybe giving away too much? Or
well, I can tell you that Halloween designs are being worked on right now.
Ooh, okay.
And they are how do I give you a hint without telling you what they are? They're let's say they're based on very old and iconic horror movies in our own way.
Ooh,
and that will be a theme for our Halloween party, and just we kind of make it we're making it cool. There's something for everybody in the Halloween merch. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah. I love it. And I will say, if you buy a pair of their leggings are the best. Your leggings are the best. Because I got a pair, I think it was back in December or something like that.
Or whenever that was?
No, it was actually, I ordered it through your Patreon. I ordered that. Yeah. And let me tell you, those are some of the best quality leggings I've ever, because because a lot of the material, it's very cheap and flimsy, and you know, and then it's like you can't really wear them in public because then they become like too see-through and everything, and it's just like gotta
be careful with that. Trust me, learn from my mistakes. You know, or do as I say, not as I do. But I always, something that's very important to me is good quality merch. And especially since this has started as more of just like a clothing line and fitness brand, I always wanted them to feel very comfortable. Yeah. And I think that all of our merch succeeds in being comfortable. So we definitely don't cheap out on quality of merch. That's something that's important to me, and just making good quality, good quality shit with art and designs that like I said, I just enjoy doing. So that's the fun part in this kind of job. Or if you have your own thing at all, right? There's like fake work. And then there's real work.
And then there's real work,
And I do the real work so I can do the fake work. Yes. And the fake work is like art and and the productions and the movies and all like the content. That's all fun. Like that's work, but it's fake work.
But it's fake work.
You know, I do the real work to afford the fake work.
There you go.
You know?
Yes.
So do that. Make sure you do stuff for your soul, work for that, not for money, because that's bullshit anyway. Yeah,
exactly. So but and where can people find you? Because you have a physical gym as well as, you know, you have your online community, which, you know, I'm a part of too.
Thank you. That's awesome. I know.
Woo. Yes.
deathcomeslifting.com.
Yes.
And just, I always say if you Google it, you'll find it. We're on the social medias, but just, deathcomeslifting.com. We're trying to build the virtual community there. Yeah. It used to be on Patreon, and we still exist on Patreon, but I want to make it more of everything's in one place, just on our website, just in-house, cut out the middleman.
Yeah, I think I have to make the switch over from Patreon.
Yeah, and we're just here at the trying to do cool things. So every class we do, everything we do here, something that's very cool is most people tell me that aren't here, like, oh, they find out about Death Comes Lifting or me or whatever, and they say, I wish I had one close to me. And I think that's like a really cool compliment and a really great like sign that people want us in more places. And until we do open in more places or do anything like that, I thought the best thing we could do is make a virtual membership happen and kind of just give a little behind the scenes access and just into what we do and who we are, stream all of our classes, give them content and just vibe, and try to encourage people to join the Lifting Dead Army from everywhere. And I'm very humbled to say that it's going well. And I love that, you know?
Absolutely,
so it's not limited to just here. It's, the Lifting Dead Army is out there, and I'm really humbled by that.
Yeah, you know? That's awesome. Yeah. And how can people, like, if they live in this area, like physically join the gym?
Show up.
Just show up?
Yeah, you got to show up. You can't do it online. You got to walk in. You got to make the step, and then either Salem or me or the ventriloquist dummy can take your information and sign you up. Yeah.
Oh, that is
we would love to see you. And if you just message, email, all that stuff is goes right to me. So send me a message if you're thinking about coming in or want to check it out. Yeah. Or just to tell me how much you hate everything we do. You know, please send it. I'll love you for it. So thanks.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Hey, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Tiffany, with me. Yeah. So any parting words?
I think honestly, I just want to say thank you. You know, that's the basis. I try to live in gratitude for everything. Yeah. And I don't take any of this shit for granted. It's really cool to even just sit and do someone that wants to talk to me on an interview. Yeah. I think that's really, really cool. And I think just being able to exist here with all these awesome people is really cool. So thanks for being part of it. Yes. And do drugs and quit your job. Namaste.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, thank you so much. Yes.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. And thank you all for listening. And both of my podcasts have experienced a huge surge in listenership.
Let's
go. So thank you. Y'all are awesome. And thank you so much. And if you can, absolutely check out Death Comes Lifting, whether it's in person or online, because they have, if you can't physically make it here, they do have like online classes. So if you're looking to, just, feel a little better and you're looking for the whole like fitness for misfits thing, or whoever you are, because, they're here for everybody.
Thank you. That's so nice of you. And she's right. Listen to her. You're listening to a good podcast.
Yes. Thank you. So, all right. Well, thank you you, everybody, for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. So until then, though, stay safe, stay fierce, and stay spooky. Yeah. All right. Second mic check here.
Black Sabbath.
Woo! All right. Yeah.